Rooster Teeth is over. How many times have we heard that one? On June 28th, 2020, I uploaded a documentary about the rise of Rooster Teeth and the supposed downfall of their influence. And the response was rather divided. A lot of you hated it. So I'm gonna do my best to respond to the criticisms of that video and the ideas of business surrounding Rooster Teeth as a company and give you my opinions, that is, my opinions of what I think is going on in my side of it. So I just want to preface this too, I am not a CEO, I don't have a lot of business experience, I'm just a guy in a very disorganized bedroom trying to do his best. Your video is so is your hair, your voice, and your face. Holy when does this video actually start? Jesus Christ, downvoted and reported. Okay. Now, I tend to think I handled criticism rather well. Ah! Look, the video definitely could have been better. As far as my hair and my face, not much I can do about that. I'm sorry that I don't keep up with your standards. But in all seriousness, I want to say that a lot of the comments, both positive and negative, came from a great place of passion for Rooster Teeth. People have made these videos every time somebody leaves. Now this is a comment I got a lot. And look, these people are completely right. Even Jeff has said in a previous video that people have been calling for the fall of Rooster Teeth probably since the beginning of the last decade.
You just want to watch Rome burn, and you've been decrying the end of Rooster Teeth since 2004.
Now, I think a lot of people probably misunderstood my intentions with the video, and that's completely on me as a creator, because my major goal was to actually talk about why people are decrying the end of Rooster Teeth and why this has happened so many times over the last 10 years, yet they are still present. Now, I also want to recognize that a lot of people that made this comment probably didn't finish the video where I state this, which is understandable. That's on me to maybe have put it more up front and been a little more forthcoming with you guys about what I was trying to say in this video, but those that made it to the end seem to have figured out that that was my message. So speaking of the fall of Rooster Teeth, they actually just dropped another bomb. Recently tweeting that they would actually be removing a huge chunk of their content because they don't think that it aligns with the message that they want to push forward here in 2020. Now, this upset a lot of people. Though I think their decision wasn't so black and white, I think it's part of a bigger picture. Think about it, Rooster Teeth is no longer, and hasn't been for a long time, just a group of friends making videos drunkenly playing video games. I mean, sure, they get drunk a little bit, but you know what I mean. Now it's this huge media conglomerate with employees, hundreds of them. On top of that, socially, times are a lot different than they were when Rooster Teeth really started 17 years ago. And this move, I think, is an attempt, as you probably already know, to keep in touch with those times and keep up with it. From a business perspective, I think they really just wanted to cover their butt. And looking at it as a business, I can't disagree with their decision. Now, by far one of the biggest complaints on my video itself was that it was clickbait. Sorry, scratch that. Nice clickbait. Now, I totally understand where you might be coming from when you're looking at my video. You see the title and you look at it and you watch a few minutes and you're not exactly getting what you think you clicked for. Is also on me. I definitely could have gone more in depth on some of the scandals, some of the poor working conditions. I only really touchstoned on a few things because that really wasn't the overarching part of the story that I wanted to develop. It's on me and is a lesson that I will take into account for future videos. This channel is dedicated to ruining my childhood. Sam, now, sincerely, I'm sorry that I have officially ruined your childhood. And I'm not a doctor, but I think growing up just does that to you naturally. How the fuck do they make enough to pay 400 employees with an average of 100K views or less? So this is a major argument I've seen within the Rooster Teeth community for why they say Rooster Teeth is dying. So maybe I can clarify a little bit of what I consider Rooster Teeth's position in all of this. As Jeff himself stated, there are a lot of these armchair CEOs who think they know what every right business decision should be. Not saying that this person in particular is one of those people, but there are a lot of them. And I can see where at first glance, and I even did this, where you look at the videos, you look at the views, and you're like, man, how are they hanging on with this crap view count? But there's a lot we need to consider here. We need to look at Rooster Teeth, the channel, and all of the channels under them, as well as their other business ventures as a whole. And yeah, when you do look at their social blade across the board amongst many of their channels, Inside Gaming, Achievement Hunter, Rooster Teeth, their views and subs are down quite a bit. Also taking into consideration the millions of views that they recently just purged from themselves. When you look at the numbers still, the monthly views, which is where it counts, Rooster Teeth alone is pulling in some 7 million plus views by itself. And none of the other channels, I believe, are pulling in less than 1 million views a month, which when you add it up is quite a lot. Also, video creation isn't their everything. It was only recently that they just launched their first Transformers Netflix series, I believe. So their presence goes far beyond what they just upload to their individual channels. It's just one piece of this really big pie. It's all part of this bigger picture, which I'll come back to in a moment. Funny to see you act out your obvious envy out in a hit job video. Did they decline your job application? Joke's on you. I never applied. I personally feel that after, what does this even say, jeez. I personally feel that after they were acquired by Fullscreen, the content production increased to a point where it was quantity over quality. So this is a really, really good point. And this is something that I kind of mentioned in the video. I could have definitely gone more in depth with it. As Rooster Teeth grew, so did their ambitions. One of the things I point out in the video is that while a lot of us maybe hold all these nostalgic moments for the glory days, we look at Rooster Teeth today and we're like, what? This isn't the Rooster Teeth that I remember. People have left. We don't recognize what we're seeing. And yeah, you're totally right. That honestly isn't the channel anymore. It's not what it was in 2007, 2008. They want to make fun content, I'm sure of that. I don't know why anyone would work there if they didn't want to make fun content. But they're also a freaking media empire now. When it comes to views, like I mentioned before, the company is still pulling in amongst itself like tens of millions a month. In fact, YouTube guru Matt Gielen, someone that works with other YouTubers and businesses on the platform and understands the algorithm, addresses this very question of quality versus quantity. To be successful, the idea from what I understand it to be is you want to push as many monthly views as possible, and there are multiple ways of doing this. When it comes to a company, I've seen it done primarily the same way. You can see it in channels like Nikki Swift, etc. Once you get to daily uploads, once you can do that every single day, it's all about pushing out as much content as you want. That is what the algorithm right now favors. And while each video may not be getting 1 million views, if they're pushing out tons of content as a combination, it adds up. And this strategy is one that many companies employ and seems to overall, on a monthly view basis, work out pretty well. Now, someone else commented, "It's too big to be the cool little guy, and that's why people don't like it." I have a lot of comments saying that when Warner Brothers came into the picture, it ruined everything. But what does selling out mean? I totally understand people and fans feeling left behind by all of the changes that this company has made over the past several years. But that's kind of what companies do. They evolve, they expand if they're doing well. It's just the nature of things. Rooster Teeth, without a doubt, has made a number of mistakes over its many years, but every company also goes through a lot of mistakes. And no, that doesn't excuse some of the horrible situations that they've been in. The point I'm trying to make is that as a company, you're always trying to look for new eyeballs as well as try and keep the old ones. And I think they wanted to change things to try and attract new people, not necessarily piss off the old fans. Selling out, I think in this case, means growing up, making a living, supporting your employees, because the game has changed. It's not like me where I'm just sitting in my room making videos. If you were there at the beginning, you probably have a different perspective on things than somebody that's just joined. In a lot of ways, I believe most of the community has more so outgrown the content than they think they have, and that's why they don't like it. And I assure you that I don't know the ins and outs of working at Rooster Teeth or what goes in behind the scenes of their business decisions. And the beautiful thing is that we live in a world where if you don't like something that is on the internet, you can simply not watch it. But that doesn't mean we should forget about the good times. Rooster Teeth for nearly 2 decades has inspired countless amounts of people. They made a lot of great memories, and we shouldn't take those moments for granted just because we don't like what's going on right now. In Jeff's words,
and I hope you create your own Rooster Teeth in whatever medium it is, whatever industry, and I hope you find success.
Maybe Rooster Teeth isn't the place for you and me anymore, but we can definitely be proud of the moments that we've had thus far along this ride, and we should never forget them. Remember, I'm Ryan, and I'll see you in the next video.